information officer. This morning, late this morning, really midday, Portland police officers from Central Precinct responded to a call at a preschool in the 6600 block of Southwest Capitol Highway. It happened just before noon. The initial indication was that there was a shooting that took place and there was an injured person. Officers responded to the scene and found one person injured in a parking lot adjacent to the preschool, not on the preschool campus grounds. The officers began assisting with medical care. Medical was already en route. They got there very quickly, and the initial medical response took place. The paramedics put the patient into an ambulance and drove him to the hospital. The injuries were very serious, and I do not have an outlook on the level of injury. I know that doctors are working on that as we speak. The person involved in the shooting is an armed security officer that is employed by the preschool. He remained on scene and is cooperating with the investigation. No one is in custody. We're not looking for any suspects. There's no concern or ongoing community safety concern from that standpoint. The Enhanced Community Safety Team is responding. ECST is primary right now on this investigation. I just saw a detective arrive, so they're already here and beginning their work. We're going to be gathering more information and trying to get more details about what took place here. The important thing to note is that the danger to the community is past. There's no danger to the children. There's no injuries to the children. And no indication that the children were exposed to this incident. Parents have been notified from the preschool, and some of them have come to pick up their kids, although I understand that not all of them have. So there are still kids at the school. We have closed off the area for the crime scene investigation, and we'll continue that as long as it takes to gather information and pull all of the evidence that we need from the on-scene investigation to determine what took place. So during that investigation, there is some traffic impact. Southwest Vermont is closed here between Capitol Highway and 24th Avenue, and will be closed for the foreseeable future, at least a few hours probably. Officers are stationed at those locations, and they can help people get to and from the school or to and from homes. So that's all I have right now, but I'll try to answer any questions that you have.
Sergeant Allen, just any info leading up to shooting? Was the man, who the armed security officer shot, did he have a weapon? Was he threatening someone?
Yeah, those are some key parts of the investigation that we're trying to determine whether the person was armed or what, whether there was some kind of threat to the life of anyone else or the security guard. We don't have any confirmation on that. We still have to talk to witnesses. We've begun speaking with the security guard involved, of course, but we have not had a chance to do a full interview to get a lot of those details.
Are there security cameras?
I don't know yet, but that will certainly be the first thing that they will try to pull and see if it was captured by security cameras. I can say that the incident took place in a parking lot adjacent to the school, so it was not on campus grounds. It was a kind of a back parking lot to a medical clinic that's next door.
Was the security officer part of the Jewish Center across the street and came over here, or was he specifically for this school?
My understanding is employed by the preschool.
Was the person visiting the clinic or the preschool?
We're going to look into what the person was doing there, whether he was going to the clinic or the preschool, and why the security officer was involved. That's a big part of the investigation, but because we really just arrived here not long ago, we can't make those confirmations yet.
Was the person who was shot, was he treated, you said paramedics treated him, was he treated at this clinic at all? Or?
There was a medical person, I don't know what kind, who came out to assist with some of the initial first aid treatment, but I don't know how that person is involved other than just wanting to assist.
Paramedics.
Was 911 called before this all took place, or was it until after?
The first call we got was that a shooting had taken place.
Okay.
Dispatch call was that the victim had a gunshot wound in the stomach. Could you confirm that?
I can't confirm where the injury took place or the injury was until we get it confirmed. I read that same initial report from the dispatch log, but we can't always rely on information in the dispatch log. We have to confirm it.
You said no one's in custody right now, and the security officer stayed on scene and was cooperating. As this investigation goes, could somebody be arrested for what happens based off what you guys see?
That's always possible.
Sergeant Allen, I know it's bureau policy not to name businesses because you don't want to, but to confirm things, when you're saying the medical clinic, are you talking about this Phantom Creek Medical Clinic, the back parking lot, as part of this clinic? And
Yes.
You're talking about the Gann preschool?
Yes.
Okay.
When you're finished, I can give you some more information.
Sure, I'd be happy to. Anybody else? I know.
Where are parents picking kids up at this point? Like, I know that everything's kind of blocked off. Where do you guys?
Right, good question. So we're asking parents to come to the Capitol Highway side. There's a driveway off of Capitol Highway that they can come in. There's an officer stationed there, and we'll greet them and get them into the parking lot so they can pick up their kids tonight.
And no children had seen anything that happened. You said there's no impact.
Yeah, as far the early information I have is that no children were exposed to this incident. It was in the parking lot next door, but you know, obviously we're going to continue to confirm that. I want to make sure that everyone understands that these are preliminary details that I'm providing, and they may change as we learn more.
Did the school go on lockdown?
I was never notified that the school ever went on lockdown. I can look into that for you.
Do you have any idea what time the students would be leaving the school on a normal day?
I don't know.
How do you guys investigate a security guard shooting versus another, person-on-person shooting? I guess?
Yeah, when a security officer is involved, it doesn't change the investigation that we do. It certainly is an element that we would have to document as part of the investigation. We'll look into security officers' credentials. They have to be certified by the state to be armed security, so we'd look into that. That would be all part of the larger investigation.
I'm not trying to put you in a difficult position, Sergeant, I want to ask this, but Portland obviously has had a big growth in armed and unarmed security guards. I guess what is the Bureau's position in terms of what action maybe an armed security guard should be taking as opposed to what law enforcement?
Yeah, that's a pretty big question for us to address, especially, in light of what's happened here. So I'm not going to get into that, but I will say that, we work with private security regularly in just the course of our work. And so most of them are, professionals, and, they're very helpful in our larger public safety network.
Is there any indication that there was a religious motive at any point?
No indication of that.
And the private security company?
I don't know yet. I'll have to look into that as well. I do know he was uniformed, though. He was uniformed security.
I can say was not a patient at the clinic, and I've never been in the clinic before.
Okay. Do you work for the clinic, or?
I'm the medical director.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll be happy to chat with you as soon as we get done here. But yeah, I had not heard that. So, anything else for this initial briefing?
How long do you expect? I guess you said this is initial briefing. Do you expect to get more updates?
If there is a significant update, such as a change in the patient's condition or an arrest made or something like that, I'll come and give you an update. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Yeah, let me just chat with him real quick, and then I'll ask him to come back. You guys are going to have to figure out whose mic is whose.